with Mama Juju, and
Hey!
we're so excited you're here with us. We're celebrating America. We've got Colorado and Indiana on our roster today. So I'm home with a bear who's on vacation, so you may hear him in the background. Don't mind him. And Juju's with her family as well. So we are just going to have a good time together. And we're so glad you guys can join us. So, Juju, how's your day going?
My day is going great. I heard from my baby, so all is right with the world.
Yay! We love it
That's
when that
true.
happens.
Don't we though?
Oh, you know what I didn't do that I need to do? We were just chatting away earlier, and I totally forgot that I need to get my little Ko-fi shop up to show you guys the digitals. So let me do that really quick and add that to our live and see how we're doing with that. And then I will show you guys the digitals, and then we will go from there. So we will share this on the screen. Okay, can you guys see that? You can. I will go to my
Yes.
shop and scroll down here, and we've got Indiana. Let's see how well you guys are seeing that. Um, is that centered, Juju? Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. So I've got Indiana, and I just went, there are some colorful pages, but I went ahead and just did the vintage look with some of these images because they were so cool. So I went back, and this was, I'm not remembering all the details, but we've got the cardinal, which is their bird, because they didn't have a whole lot of different symbols. They have like a handful. Um, but here is somebody famous, an airplane in Indiana, and this is the card that had stated that right here. If you look really close, you'll see. So I just sepia toned this whole set. These are a couple young boys who are working like a glassworks. And then here's one of the airplanes that was in an Indiana field. And then they had a fair, and this was all the corn, and popcorn is their state food. And I thought it was neat how they had the corn like set up on the triangles there. I thought that was cool. Another one of their postcards. I liked it because the handwriting was really pretty there, and it had the stamps from when it went into the Library of Congress and stuff like that. It was cool. And then Puck Magazine, it had Roosevelt, and the names are down here. I can't read it very well, but this guy, Marshall, I think it is, he was from Indiana, so he was a running mate with Roosevelt. And here's a picture of Roosevelt's face in Don Quixote. They sort of represented that in an older, an antique book there. So there's their state capitol. And here are hot air balloons getting ready to go. And I thought that was a really cool image. And then this is at an armor at a military base. They have this monument here. And then this is a map of one of the cities there that was on, most of these were the Library of Congress. So those are and then there's a couple more images that you might see us flip through. When you download them, you'll get them. And then let's go ahead and go back to the shot. And then I'll go to Colorado. And so here is Colorado. I just kept it really simple since I did two this week. And let's go ahead. So there was mushrooms and a butterfly. I just thought those were fun. Here is a beautiful scene that looks like the Colorado mountains a little bit. I remember doing, I used to live in Colorado, so we did outdoor adventure at a place in Estes Park. And that sort of reminds me of that. And then that reminds me of the Red Rocks. And they do have some cactus and stuff there. My cousin took some pictures. I don't necessarily have those in here. I was going to put some in there, but I didn't. But that reminded me of the picture. And they have the mountain goat. I forgot. So they have a really, I remember when I was little, we went to the zoo and we saw the mountain goats there. And then I just had a couple of blank pages as well. So you guys could check out those and download those. They're free. And let me see. Let's go back to here. Let's stop this screen sharing. And then we're there. Okay, and then I'll put me up really quick. Let's see. Link for location slides. Okay. So what I did with mine is I sewed them along the top and made ephemera holders. So I'm going to go through and put like, I want to write gems or rocks and gems on here. And this will be my journal for everything that has like the sediment, you know, I like the agates and rocks and stuff that I like so much. We're going to put them in here. So if I want to use that for something special, I've got that. You guys know I love turtles. And this box turtle guy, he makes his debut in so many of the states. And they also have a salamander. So isn't he cute? So I'll probably use this for like my reptiles. So as I go through books and older books and get ephemera, I'll have places for this. I've got a place for my cactus. I thought the Dreamy Days would be fun with just either nice outdoor things, or if I want to go down the road of unicorn and playful elements, I can make that more that way. And I have just a blue grid that I could decide what I want to use it for. This one I'm going to use for my Americana or Tennessee items, because I am going to eventually be doing each state. This is Rhode Island here. Oh, so I had some of my other ones there. So this was an extra one I just had in my stash with the wolves, and I like doing, it's going to be for my neutral fall animals like wolves and owls and stuff like that probably. And then this one I will use for postcards and just vintage ephemera that looks like this, and or things that are in 1908. I might just put everything that's 1908 in this one. So we'll see how I decide to use that, but that's sort of what I'm inspired to do. And then we've got the cardinals. This is a spring cardinal, and we've got the spring flowers. So maybe I'll just do all the reds and tan things that I come across. I've got purple flowers. I use those a lot when I make ephemera. And then other purple items I will put in here. I've got my little billy goat guy. Here is that another blue one there. Here's the, so if I get book plates out of older books, I will probably put them in here, or I can go the military or the political route if I want to go that way. You guys know I love airplanes, so this one will be my airplane one, even though I've got the cardinal in the back. It will be fun to put vintage airplanes in there. I'm going to put my cute little people like that I cut out from different things in here and old photos. I could put state information in here, or just leave this for Indiana. I've got another billy goat. I want to put all my maps in here, my flowers in there. I've got an Indiana, and I can put the military things in here. So I've got a good place to put all the ephemera that I come across as I'm cutting down books and stuff. And that makes me good to go. So Juju, really quick, we're doing Ohio. Let me put you back on. We're doing Indiana and Colorado. So next week we'll do Idaho and North Dakota, since we've got it out here. How does that sound?
Okay. That sounds good.
And really quick, I know I'm just like really quick. We've got the 12 by 12 Junk Journal Challenge. Check out Yvette's. Joanne's, Yvette Qualley, Joanne's Journals and More, Deb Ham, Three Hens and a Chick, Creative Nana, Carolyn's Craft Tree, Kentucky Crafter, Thumbprint Creations, Daisies and Grace, and of course, Mama Juju and me. Be praying for Lizzie. She just had some medical things go on, so hopefully we'll see her face around doing things. Wasn't able to join us this year, but she's sort of behind the scenes chatting with us a little bit here and there. So there you have it, you guys.
Okay. Hey, Patty. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Lucretia.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Hi, you guys.
Okay, so I went looking up some stuff, and let's see, which one did we just
We're gonna
do?
do Idaho, right? Or Indiana. I mean,
Indiana. Okay, Indiana. Well, I was looking up some stuff, and they got lots of Chicken Little stuff. We're gonna pass by that. We'll come back to that in a minute. I don't think I want to go to Indiana anytime soon. Whew. It's referred to as a mother of vice presidents because it has produced 6 United States vice presidents, including Mike Pierce and Quayle. Pence, not Quayle, Lord Jesus. It is the birthplace of Michael Jackson. He was born in Gray, Indiana in 1958. It is deep rooted in his baseball culture. It's Indianapolis Motor Speedway. First Indianapolis 500 race was held in 1911. Good God Almighty. They invented cars and bam, went right to racing. Okay. The man for you. Let's see. The symbol is the bird, is the northern cardinal. The state flower is the peony, and the tree is the tulip tree. It's the 13th smallest state in the United States, and it borders Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and Illinois. My mom's got perfect timing. Say, hey, Mom. Hey. Okay. And Sissy. Say, hey, Sissy.
Hey everybody.
Let's see. Oh, you're a Hoosier. That if you're a resident of Indiana. It has sugar cream pie called Hoosier pie. Breaded pork loin sandwiches known as the beloved local staple. It has some weird quirky laws. Such as the prohibition against catching fish with your bare hands in certain areas. Okay. Now, if I went from the South, I might would say that's a little crazy, but you know, there's a thing called hand grabbing. It became part of the United States in December 11th of 1816. The state's capital and largest city is Annapolis. Its motto is Crossroads of America. The flag features a torch and 19 stars. The 19 stars represents Indiana's place as the 19th state. Let's see. The Monroe Lake is the state's largest reservoir. The Anda Dunes National Park protects shifting dunes on Lake Michigan. All right. Glaciers once covered North Indiana, leaving thick layers of keel. Well, they have caverns and sinkholes too, y'all.
Oh.
Yeah. The Blue Springs Caverns offers underground tour buses on a subterranean river. Wow. And if I want to go in a cavern, that's rocks above me, rocks beside me, rocks below me. That's a little bit too much rock. The pickled pear cactus grows naturally on sunny dunes and sandy prairies. The lake effect snow can blanket the northwestern when cold winds cross the Lake Michigan. The city's downtown is called Mile Square because it follows a neat grid plan. So you go to Mile Square, you're going to have to walk on the grid. The University of Notre Dame was founded near South Bend in 1842. The yard of bricks marks the Speedway start line and finish line. Indiana State Fair has become a tradition since 1850, y'all. 1850. It hosted the Super Bowl in 2012. And daylight saving time only began in 2006. Is that Valparaiso? Is that how you say that?
I'm not sure.
Valparaiso. It hosts a popcorn festival each year honoring a local popcorn pioneer. Let's see. Oh, Elkhart is also called the RV capital of the world. Want an RV, go there. The state ranks high in hogs, eggs, and turkey. Corn and soybean is a top field of crops. It's a hub for steelmaking and important activity on the Lake Michigan. The Colts moved to Indianapolis in 1984. The Little 500 bicycle race began in Indiana University in 1951. Oh, did you know that Jacob Barnett, a child prodigy from Indiana who at the age of 2 was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and autism, was enrolled at the college at the age of 12 in astronomy and advanced math classes at the university. He was able to pass all the tests that were needed to exempt him from school, including algebra, algebra 2, geometry, trigonometry, and calculus. Jesus, that is a smart little boy.
Yes, it is.
He is currently developing an altered theory on the Big Bang Theory because he believes it is not true.
Interesting.
Interesting. Bedford, Indiana is known as the limestone capital of the world because it is surrounded by large limestone quarries. And did you know that the Empire State Building was erected from the limestone produced from the Empire Quarry in Indiana?
I did not.
It also constructed the Pentagon, the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., and several other state capitals.
I guess I need to do a page on that limestone.
Guess so. That limestone's famous, girl. Okay, I saw a picture of this. The world, y'all know how I like my big things. The world largest, that didn't sound good, anatomically correct sculpture of the human brain lies in the Department of Psychology and Brain Science at the University of Indiana. The brain weighs 10,000 pounds and rises 7 feet from the ground. The brain is built entirely of Indiana limestone. Well, that must be one smart brain. Oh, y'all, listen to this. Indiana is the home of the 4 moon trees. These were planted with seeds taken to orbit to the moon by the astronaut Stuart Rosser and planted on April the 9th, 1976, as part of Arbor Day in the National Bicentennial celebration. One such 44-year-old sycamore tree stands in Indianapolis, and other 3 trees can be found in Lincoln City, Tell City, and
That's
Hamilton.
fun.
I know, isn't that fun? Did it really go to the moon? Okay.
Inquiring minds want to know.
The world, Wabasca, Indiana was the world's first electrically lighted city. It took place in 1880 on March 31st when 3,000 candle power lights suspended on the county courthouse dome was lighted at 8 p.m. exactly. The illumination from the electric lights could be seen for over a mile away. When you go big. Did you know that they produce more than 20% of the United States popcorn supply? But let's note that Nebraska is a leading producer of popcorn in the USA. Abraham Lincoln was the most beloved president in the history of America. At the age 7, moved to Indiana. There he lived with his family on a farm from 1816 to 1830. Named the Lincoln Boyhood National Memorial in Lincoln City, Indiana. Nebraska, good Lord. Indiana. Well, bless it. You can go to Lincoln's farm where he lived. Yep, you can.
Nice.
You want to go fish? You need to go fish. You got to go to Indiana. The first successful goldfish farm in the United States was opened at Marksville, Indiana in 1899.
Indiana has some history too, and it's sort of a stealth state.
Well, the first train robber happened there. It occurred when a gang of robbers stopped in Ohio and Mississippi train in Jackson County and took a loot of $13,000. That happened in 1866, and that was one heck of a robbery back then.
Oh my goodness.
With an average age of 55.5 years, there are over 94,000 farmers in Indiana. The average farm size is 264 acres. Why, if you want you a farmer, honey, you just go to Indiana.
I guess so.
Okay. Natural gas was discovered in Indiana at Delaware County in 1876. I'm telling you, Indiana is cutting up. The first settlers of Indiana were the French Catholics.
Interesting.
The first Union Station was built in Indianapolis and was opened on September the 20th of 1853. Yeah. He's a surgeon at his ass. Yep, he's an AIT. Indiana states they have more than 100 wineries and vineyards. Want to get drunk? Go there. It's considered one of the biggest wine destinations in the United States. See, everybody goes to Indiana to get drunk off some wine.
I guess so.
Don't spit it, swallow it. Against the law to waste it. The late night talk show host David Letterman was born in 1947 and raised in Indianapolis, where he stayed until 1975. Woo! Indiana's cutting up, y'all, to be not so known. Raggedy Ann. Whoop, dog. Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy dolls with that famous red checkered pattern is from Indiana. John, not even get me to tell you that word, Gruel, created the famous Raggedy Ann doll in 1915. When the doll became popular, he created books, songs, and cartoons featuring Raggedy Ann. Well, we got to go there and get us
I
some
guess
Raggedy
so.
Ann. I have to do a Raggedy Ann journal for them, won't we? All right. Now, with all that great and wonderful stuff about Indiana, uh, their population is 6,009,200 and oh wait a minute, 6,924,275 as of 2024. They were they have 11 electoral votes. A lot of famous people, Nobel Prize winners came from there.
I know 6 million in some places is a lot of people, and in other places, not a lot of people. But man, there's so many people in this
I
world.
know. That's a lot of people in this world. Okay, Chicken Little time. Chicken Little, y'all. Ooh, they got lots of UFO sightings. Um, lots of UFO sightings. They're ranked one of the highest cities there, and some they're the top 10 cities. Okay, so these are cities we do not need to go to. Indianapolis, surprise, surprise, 364 sightings. Fort Wayne had 164. Evansville, 112. South Bend, 107. Newburgh, 78. Bloomington, that's not too bad, it's 58. And it varies, but the average number of sightings across the country is about 23 a day.
The average what?
Chicken bird. A
Oh.
UFO. It's 23 a day. By Costa, that's what she said. It gets about 2 sightings a week. So that makes them the national highest average, and it makes the average shot up. And she said all states were about what she expected, Miss Costa said, except for Indiana. It had 25 in one day. When strange lights was floating in the night sky in Indiana, it means you probably have come into a close encounter with an unidentified flying object.
What have you come in contact with, Juju?
One, I don't know, something maybe talk right. One night, and I guess it's the famous one where the 15 changing orbits looking appearing lights hovered over the city and could be seen brightly, flew in a V formation, flew up, flew out, disappeared, and reappeared. And when questioned by the government, it was military flares. Now, whoo time. If you want something scary, you want to go see some haunted stuff, you want to go see some urban legend, you just go right on down to Indiana. The Willard Lewis Library, Lady in Gray. It's been a long time rumored that the house has an eerie spirit known as the Lady in Gray, who visitors have sworn they've captured in photographs. She's the daughter of the former owner of the house turned into a library, Lewis Carpenter, Although no one knows for sure, his presence is said to be sometimes accompanied by a musky perfume, moving books, flickering lights, faucets turning on and off on their own, and Lord knows what else. They claim that the Lady in Gray sightings and psychic events to visit the library in 2007 has confirmed the ghostly appearance. A police officer once arrived at the library when the security alarm went off and reported seeing ghosts in the upstairs window. She had also appeared to the library patrons in the elevator, and local weathermans have also claimed to have had an encounter with her. Do not go to this library. Library sponsors ghost tours every year. Do not go to the ghost tours unless you want to see the ghost. During October, go right now, run to Indiana. Evansville residents and visitors can get a chance to spot the Lady in Gray for themselves. Make your plane ticket today. While you're there, let's talk about the legend of Black Annie. Black Annie still walks the streets of Boonville. Any town with the name of Boonville always has an urban legend, I'm just saying. According to the legend, she spontaneously died in a house fire. Well, yeah, I guess so. Oh, supposedly, I mean spontaneously. I went also supposedly died in a house fire in 1930 and appears to visitors as a figure dressed in black. On occasion, she has been known to jump on people's cars. She's also been spotted wandering the cemetery where she is buried and haunts the still existing remnants of the house that burnt down that she lived in. So many people have witnessed her haunting that the town organized an event around her called Black Annie Walk. So while you're there, you stop on over and do the Black Annie Walk.
Crazy.
We need to make a dance called the Black Annie Walk.
Are you going to do a Black Annie journal, Juju?
I might need to.
I don't know about that.
Think about that. The house that smells like death. The Hannah House. Let's not go there. That's not a good smell. Hannah House is a historic mansion in Indianapolis and supposedly gives off the ghostly stench of death and human decay, according to the local lair. In 1850, Alex Monroe Hannah owned and built the house. Hannah participated in the Underground Railroad and often had groups of escaped slaves hiding in his basement. One night, a lantern got knocked over, setting the fire to the basement, and all the slaves were trapped and several burned to death. The smell of death lingers in the basement to this day. In addition to this, guests report other abnormal activities such as doors opening and closing and mysterious voices. Whew. It goes on and on, y'all. Let me just read where they are and we can move on. There's Diana of the Dunes, wanders the beach. A green clawed beast that swims in the Ohio River. Oh, Lord. A witch still lives in Devil's Hollow. Okay, first of all, why are we going to a place named Devil's Hollow? But, you know, the person talking in the Devil's Den, so what I got to say? Keep your eyes peeled for the ghost when crossing Dollface Bridge. The ghost of Bud Burger at the Assembly Theater, the haunt of the Barbie Hotel.
Hey, Martha.
And where the battleground never stops is Battleground, Indiana. Bless it. That's terrible. I had to always be fighting. All right, that's a Chicken Little and Ghost episode of Indiana. Indiana had a lot, let me tell you. Yeah, he comes. I'm going to check Mom.
Sure, no problem.
Down, okay?
Hey, Martha, we're glad you're here with us, Lucretia and Peyton. So what I'm working on, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here, but I can show you really quick. Let's see. There we go. Judy will come back. So I just took the kit. You go to Ko-fi Scrapbook Sage and print up some free kits for yourself. We're doing both Colorado and Indiana. And I made little ephemera pockets out of these. So I just sewed along the top and along the bottom of each of these, and I will probably punch a little hole in these. And I will just start collecting things that are blue and set them in here. And after I make something, and once I have 10 or 15 of these, I'm good to go for either a journal or I can sell it. So that is a project that I'm working on here. So I've done Blue Sky Dreams. So anything that reminds me, this says Dreamy Days. So I can do either one of that. So that was from the Colorado kit. I think this is the Colorado kit as well. So I like doing cactus and succulents. The Southwest got a lot of people who come to Oregon on vacation. So I like to have Southwest items as well in the shop when I make them. And I've got family members who just love Southwest items as well. And this is my Americana one. It has an anchor and it has Rhode Island. So, but I like it because of the red, white, and blue. And I just think that is so cool. So I'll probably put some red, white, and blue things in here. If I choose to use it for my Rhode Island journal, it can be repurposed for that. I had an extra panel from digital that I used last year. And I wanted to show you, I had cut just some of the pages from these kits in half and mounted them on a white envelope. And then I can put wolves and any of my woodland animals that are just sort of the tans and grays in here, and those will be good to go. And I love the handwriting here. So I can put just all my vintage ephemera in this one. And my birds in this one. I've got some purples. And then you can go ahead and look in the digitals and print those up. But any state will get you some really cool. I've got a lot of digitals there. So you can download them and make little ephemera packages for yourself. Like I think little black and white photos will be great in here. I'm trying to get all my items just in a good workflow. So I would love to have this in like a little box like this. And if I make something that's left over, I can just flip through here and put things away, and it has a little home. So eventually I might, like this might go into my purple journal that I have that for. So eventually I hope to have journals instead of totes on my shelf over here so I can just grab it for the different themes that I have. I'm just not quite there yet. So this is a good way to help me get there. This is one of the Indiana images, and this is from Bristow Adams. And if you look up his name, Library of Congress has several images of his, and it's really cool. So, and then this is probably one of those monuments that is made with that limestone that Juju was talking about. It's an old postcard for Indiana. So yeah, I'm just going through here and I've finished going through those. I'm trying to think if I have anything else here. My goal today was just working through some of my hot mess and doing some of this. This is another way that I do store items. So this is all like horsey stuff. And I'm just trying to decide if I'm just going to keep it in this and or put it in a white envelope. So that could fit in there. And that can fit in there. So let's see if I just want to do it this way. Yeah. For now, I'm going to set this in here and put horses. And then I might put a cover on here, or these just might work into a journal. So I'm just going to put horses down on the back here so I have it. Okay. So I did some of these from last week too, and I'll show you sort of my thought. So everything's green in here. So my ephemera pieces that I will use or that I have worked through this week that are green or green inspired. Yeah. These was with green stuff. So all these are sort of green. So when I go for a green journal or garden journal, that will be good to go and sort
Okay,
of
I'm
speaks to
back.
that degree. Yay.
Yay, Mama was coming to check. They were in town and stuff, and she was checking because she went with Daddy to get her call from Tyler.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I was just showing people how I used one of my ephemera envelopes from last week. It had the apples, and I just put everything in here that would go good with that little ephemera folder, so that I can grab this later. And if I'm working on something green and or orange, and I know that I can just grab this and be ready to go. I'm just trying to consolidate my hot mess.
Well, Colorado. It has its own urban legends. Have you ever wondered where the devil was? Devil didn't go to Georgia. Now when he wants to go home, he goes to Colorado. Because in Colorado, there is a place called, get this y'all, the gates of hell.
Yep.
Oh, rusty iron gates that let the curious know that they are in the right spot. It's called the Gates of Hell near Riverdale Road in Thornton, Colorado. If you're a thrill seeker and you dare to go, go. But take your holy water and your Bibles with you because you just might need it.
I always knew there was something wrong with me.
The legend speaks of satanic worshippers, murderers, sacrifices, and a lady in white who roams the nearby roads, forever seeking her way home. Bless her heart. I hope she finds her way home.
What road was that?
Riverdale Road. Riberdale Road in Thornton. Go to Thornton, go to Riverdale, and see the gates of hell.
I don't remember that story, but there was a time that I know of Thornton, Colorado. That's for sure.
Well, it says that you are to avoid the ruins. It's the ruins of an old mansion said to be built by a man who had lost his mind. And one night he set the entire thing ablaze with his wife and children asleep inside it, and he disappeared, never ever to be heard from again or held accountable. Mumbled screams can be heard echoing through these crumbled walls, and to witness of the unspeakable crime. The lady in white that walks the roads is the lost spirit of a woman that died at her husband's hands near that place. And she's still trying to escape the fire and find her way home for her, get her children. Bless it. Why are those things always so horrible? There's never a good urban legend, is it?
So it is. I'm just so curious. I'm looking it up.
Okay. The horrible murder was once the committed of the cursed lands. The tales of slaves being burned and hung from the tree at the back of the property near the South Platte River. And today, the burned tree still stands almost as if a memorial to those reported to have died there at the tree. Those that sit beneath that tree for quite a while at night can still hear the crackling in the wind and the sound of those made by the victim swinging at the end of the rope. Good God. couldn't they be, less dramatic? Listen. Oh, but
There's some
first,
scary stories. I
it
never
is
had heard that story before.
it is some scary stories. It's the dishonored farm, the murders at Cabin Creek, the lady of Old Glendale Station, the haunted Victor Hotel, the ghost lights of Silver Cliff City Cemetery, abandoned Los Animas County homestead, the legend of the lost locomotive at the Kawaka Creek, the ghost of the cannot even Aladopa the third, the gates of hell, and the ghost of the third bridge. Those are some of the famous urban legends from Colorado.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Now the UFO sightings, we're gonna go chicken little backwards. It's it's just it's not so bad. They've had hundreds of eyewitnesses claiming and reporting of UFO sightings in flight patterns in different locations. One lady said in Jimson, Colorado, that extremely bright lights on the horizon facing the west and slightly northwest stood there still about 20 minutes. Then went straight up in a bit and went off, and then was spotted for about a half an hour later. Whew. One man called in saying there was zigzagging all over Denver lights, and he wasn't crazy. Matter of fact, his quote is, "I am not crazy." A group of
Oh
5
my
people
goodness.
camping at the campgrounds off of Terreal Road has where the access to the China Wall Trailhead starts, just north of the Bangor Bridge. One night at 10:30, it was a clear view of a tower, and over it was the hovering lights. There was a large white light emitting from the central point of the tower in the sky above the complex, and it faded in view and out of view. It appeared to shift directions while the lights changed different colors, and the object left a trail of light like a comet or a shooting star in the atmosphere glow of the light when it would fly off. And the lights would be visible for about 5 seconds afterwards, then quickly fade into darkness. Lord have mercy. They said this
Wow, pretty
phenomenon
crazy
lasted
stuff.
for, yep, they said it lasted for about 15 to 20 seconds at a time. And there was more than one witness to that event that reported in. Whew, Lord, we just can't go there. I don't know. It's pretty though.
It is a very beautiful place. I have a lot of family who lives out there.
Have they seen any UFOs?
Um, Given the number of family I have out there, I'm sure one has.
One of them somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. I may not
Colorado.
know. They may not have told me about it, but yeah, I'm sure with
They
just
might
by the
not
nature
told
of
nobody.
statistics, yeah, no
They might
doubt.
not told. They may not told nobody. Be like that man. I ain't crazy. I say I ain't crazy.
Right.
I don't know who he was trying to convince him or somebody else.
Oh my
Colorado
goodness.
means colored red in Spanish, referring to the reddish color of the Colorado River. Oh, y'all, who loves a cheeseburger? If you want the best cheeseburger in the world, you just go where it was invented. Cheeseburgers was invented in Colorado. You can find dinosaur bones still embedded in the walk walls all throughout the state.
I'm just saying, Jim's Burgers in Thornton, Colorado, really yummy.
The Colorado Mountains region is 6 times the size of Switzerland, featuring over 1,000 peaks and 960 miles of fishing streams. Woo, dog, don't let me say it too loud. Let my husband hear it. We might be going to Colorado to fish. I'm surprised he ain't been wanting to take a trip. Woo, witchcrafty friends live in Colorado. I might need to put your name down so I can look you up. Because if he goes out there fishing, I sure do not want to be fishing. Not the way he fishes. Oh my goodness. It is the 21st most populous and 18th most extensive of the 50 states. It became part of the Union in 1876, became the 38th state to join. It borders New Mexico, Oklahoma, Utah, Wyoming, Arizona, Kansas, and Nebraska. Good God, it borders everybody. Woo! Denver is the capital.
It is.
The Spanish, you heard that, didn't you? The Spanish were the first European settlers who arrived in Colorado in the 1500s. The formation of the territory of Colorado happened in 1861 by Gil Penn, and he was named the first governor. It is nicknamed the Centennial State because exactly 100 years of the nation's independence in 1776, it became part of the Union. Statehood, 1876. So it's nicknamed the Centennial State.
Yep. So next year is their 150th birthday.
Okay, I had to read this twice. I'm just going to say it and move on. I'm not going to be a 12-year-old. Denver is also known as the Mile High City because it sits at 5,280 feet above sea level, exactly 1 mile. It is exactly 1 mile above sea level.
You did really good.
I did really good. I'm moving on now. I'm just moving on. 70% of the state population resides in the eastern edge of the Rocky Mountains. 70%. That's a lot of people. The point
Yeah.
where
With those Rockies, getting over those Rockies is not an easy thing.
The point in the United States where the boundaries of 4 states, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico meet is termed the Four Corners. And thus you can stand, it has a monument, and you can stand in the center of that, and you will be touching all 4 corners of the of the 4 cities, states, the lines. Woo! That's pretty
Hi,
cool.
Zippity.
Hey, zippity dippity doo dah day. A mountain peak with an elevation of 14,000 feet. I will never get up that one. I can't get past 2 feet. Is also known as the 14ers. There are 58 such 14ers in Colorado. Okay, I don't believe I can go to Colorado. My height fear won't take it. I would be in a constant state of panic. It has the lowest point of any state in the USA. The point of 3,317 feet is where the Arcadia River flows through the Yuma County in Cherokee County. It goes from there into Cherokee County, Kansas.
Wow, that's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, the highest point is Mount Everett in the Rocky Mountains. It's 14,440 feet. I will not be on the summit. I won't be up that mountainside. If they say Juju went there, somebody lying. The Grand Mesa is located in western Colorado, and it is an area of 5,000 miles. It is the largest flat-top mountain in the world. Now, I might can go there if it's flat-top now for that long, once I could get up it. You know, maybe if I closed my eyes, somebody took me up there, I could stay once I got up there.
Just fly a small plane up there.
Yeah, I don't do planes well either. You know, it's a box in the air, real high up. They have some
So
sand.
you wouldn't ride one of the cable cars down from like one of the Pikes
Oh,
Peak or anything, huh?
okay, I did that. That's kind of like, I mean, I wasn't always scared of heights. I don't know when it happened. It just happened. I don't know why or when. Nothing traumatic happened. It just was present one day. And I started being a little anxious when we went to Branson, Missouri, and I got on that little, I guess that cable car, you know, where you go down it, ride down it.
Right.
I had to sit in one spot. You know, of course, my husband at the time was saying, "Oh man, look at this," because she could get to the side. You know, look over and then look through the. I could not look through the little bars on the floor. I just couldn't do it. No. I was like, "Ooh, this is not good." Aurora is considered one of the most bike-friendly cities in Colorado, with over 60 miles of biking paths and routes, and there are tons of rental shops and visitors and locals around the area. Well, if you're a bike person, you might want to just go on to Colorado.
Yeah, there's some great places to bike in Colorado.
The largest airport in the United States is the Denver International Airport. It is 33,531 acres. Good Lord, if you had to go from A to Z and the time they give you to transfer planes, you'd be in trouble. It also has the longest commercial runway in the United States. It's the sixth busiest airport in the United States, the 18th busiest airport in the world. It has more than 5 million passengers throughout the airport, and that was back in April of 2018. So you can imagine what it has now. How many people have went through there?
Lots.
Oh, this might could be a little chicken little thing, y'all. More than a third of the land of Colorado is owned by the government of the United States. Let me continue reading this and then we'll move on to I won't get bumped off YouTube or hunted down. The government controls mining, grazing, and lodging in that area. All right, let's move on. Colorado River and the Wyoming produces water and hydropower for at least 35 million people in the United States and Mexico. You got a problem with your electricity and water? You might want to blame Colorado.
Thanks, Bonnie. So the three of us are just getting to hang out at this point, but we'll have people who will come in later.
Oh yeah, everybody's probably over the hop. It's still hopping on. It's gonna be hopping on till midnight tonight, I think. 10 my time, midnight Pacific, I think.
So do you guys want to meet up in Colorado sometime?
We might. It sounds kind of fun, don't it? We could send the men fish and get them out of our hair. The cheeseburger. The cheeseburger was trademarked by Louis Ballast of Humpty Dumpty Drive-In in Denver in 1935. This made Colorado the official home of the cheeseburger. Well, I guess he just woke up one day and decided, hey, I'm trademark design.
Did they mention Casa Bonita at all there?
Uh-uh.
Oh my goodness. Casa Bonita was one of my favorite places to go to when I was a child. It had horrible Mexican food, but it was very entertaining.
Okay.
Well, it had so it was set up where there was like this cave, and you could walk like through this cave, and all the little tables, had candlelight. I was young, so it was like candlelight with the red candles. They had like divers, they had a little theater, they had a dinosaur room, they had people who would do caricatures of you.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, all the parents hated it, but all the kids loved it. It's like even my cousins and stuff, I went back several years ago, and my cousin said, "Oh yeah, the girls wanted to go to Casa Bonita. I hate Casa Bonita, but the kids love it." It was so it's just one of those things. Yeah, the parents always rolls are okay. I'll take because it's your birthday dinner,
Yeah.
right? It's where you go for it. It's your birthday dinner, and I always wanted to go. It was fun.
There's also a castle called Bishop Castle near wait a minute, San Isabel National Forest. It's a massive stone castle that was built entirely by one man, Jim Bishop. It is an ongoing project that has been under construction since 1969.
Hi, Selena. Good to see you. Glad you could join us.
The United States Olympic Training Center was established in July the 30th of 1978 in Colorado Springs, and it provides elite athletes with world-class facilities for the Olympic preparation, spanning 33 acres. And the center offers specialized gym training, sports, science labs, and accommodation. The high altitude location challenges the athletics endurance. Wow. I didn't know that.
Hi, Selena. You were very sweet yesterday, I just have to say.
Oh,
We are. Oh, sorry, Juju.
Oh, it's okay. You go ahead.
Okay. So we are just going over Indiana and Colorado right now. I don't know how long you've been here, but I'm glad you're getting cut some fun stuff. So, and my screen is showing something weird. Okay. So, anyways, go ahead, Juju. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, Fort Collins is genuinely an art lover's paradise with scores of art shops and boutiques all over the town. The city is home to pianos about town, with local artists piano players, local artists that paint pianos and place them throughout the town for the public view. I was like, what? Okay, so it's called Home of the Pianos about town. The pianos about town, because commissions local artists to paint the pianos and then place them throughout the town for public viewing. So they
That's
do
sort of cool.
Yeah, they do different paintings on the piano, and then they're set out around town. That is cool. The Green Chili Festival is in Pueblo, Colorado. It's an annual event. Has live music, art demos, and chili cooking competitions. Oh, that Colorado potato beetle is not native to Colorado, but was first discovered in the Rocky Mountains in the 19th century. So now it's known as the Colorado beetle. It is a common pest and holds the title for the largest beetle in North America.
Interesting.
Oh my God. Bob Salem made history as the first person in the 21st century. First of all, we need to say, has it been more in past centuries? This I got to look up. I want to know. But he was the first person in the 21st century to push a peanut up Pikes Peak.
Oh my goodness.
No lie, pushed it up Pikes Peak with this contraption taped to his nose. I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody wants to just go Google it. I want to see this peanut.
That's hilarious.
Mother Francis Xavier was what is that called when they do the saints? Canonize the saint. What is it called? By the Roman Catholic Church in 1946. She became the first American citizen to become a saint. Shrine is in Golden, Colorado. It's a testament to her remarkable life and legacy. Pikes Peak, located in Colorado Springs, inspired Kathleen Lee Bates to write the song America the Beautiful back in 1893. If you want to be inspired, you just go to Pikes Peaks.
It's true. It's beautiful up there.
The United States Air Force Academy, Colorado. Alright, you know that little yellow boot they put on your car? Well, if your vehicle's ever been trapped by one of them, you can just go right on to Mile High City and thank them for that, because the first tire clamp was invented by a concert violinist, Frank McGrugh, in Denver in 1944. Why didn't he just stick to playing a violin? Or maybe he was trying to make a case and came up with that because his car, we're going to go positive. See, what happened was his car was parked and he had to always park up on a hill, and it kept rolling downhill, you know, and he couldn't play his piano, didn't want to get his hands crushed and that kind of stuff. So he took his violin case, came up with this contraption to lock his tire in place so the car wouldn't roll downhill and damage his hands. There we go. That's the story told by Juju.
Oh my goodness.
That's what had happened. They say necessity is the mother of all inventions. He needed to save his car and his hands. The world's first rodeo, the first rodeo was Deer Creek, Colorado in 1869. This is where your rodeo culture was born. Showcasing them local cowboys, rope riding, steer wrestling. And it set the stage for the organized rodeo competitions as we know it today worldwide. You need a he-doggy? Go on down the Colorado Deer Creek Trail. Hey, you know when we was little going to school, I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all do it, but you know they bring that pink crap around that you had to put in your mouth, and you know, say you got up, I'm gonna miss the bus late one day, this may or may not happen. and you didn't brush your teeth because you kind of forgot, and they come around with that pink stuff. It showed all your stuff on your teeth. So all the stuff on your teeth turns pink.
Right, right.
Oh, they knew whether you had good oral health or not. And the first thing the teacher look at you and do is say, "Did we not brush our teeth today?" You're like, "Yes, ma'am." No, you lying. But you're gonna say yes, ma'am. Well, that wonderful stuff, it was discovered during a study of the water in Colorado Springs. That water was found to have the presence of fluoride in the water, and that caused the residents to have fewer cavities. Thus, fluorides were commercially found and manufactured to maintain healthy teeth. You can thank Colorado Springs for all those dreadful pink teeth days.
Oh my goodness. A lot of people have some opinions about fluoride at this point.
Yeah. 1893, women gained the right to vote in Colorado. Colorado has the stricter vehicle emission system regulations other than any other state in the United States. It draws our attention to state interest in limiting the pollution. The world.
I don't think. Yeah, I think they did remove the fluoride from our water, Bonnie.
Colorado was offered to host the Winter Olympics, but its residents turned down the offer on November the 7th, 1972, due to the lack of infrastructure and some environmental concerns. Well, I guess Colorado's been tree huggers for a long, long time.
They have been.
Oh, the Buffalo Soldiers. The Buffalo Soldiers were stationed at Fort Garland, Colorado in the late 1800s, where they played a vital role in the settlement and development of that region. Wow.
Man, those states have a lot going on.
It does.
Well, Sarah Lena, we're happy you're here to join us. Bonnie, we're happy you're here. So we're going to be here next week at 3 o'clock. We're excited about that. And we will be good to go. Is there anything else you want to share? Are you going live tonight, Juju?
I'm going live tonight, and we'll do a redirect over to, I think Dana is closing the hop. And then once the hop is closed, we'll go back over to my channel if anybody still wants to do for the rest of the time.
Do you want to share about the hop?
It's fall Halloween. The links are in my in the description of one of my Halloween hop thumbnails. And it is where we're hopping from one station to another creator station or channel, and crafting and having a good time together. And it's just kind of bringing spotlight on some of the newer creators who have under 1,000 subscribers. And it's all kind of arts. It's junk journaling, it's assemblage, it's knitting, crocheting. It's just been all kinds of stuff, and it's been really interesting. It was yesterday. You can go back and watch replays, and then today until 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. The last show starts at scrapbooking, Scrappy Girl Dana Yates. That's right.
Right.
And then Creating with Becca. They're going to close it tonight on their channel, and then you can catch on their channel. They have the full title list, and you can catch all the replays.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll go ahead and sign off, and I will chat with all three of you guys soon.
Do
Talk
we
to you
need to
later.
do this? Do we need to do
Oh,
this?
yeah, we can do a couple more.
Okay, whoop, two fell out. Here we go. We have North Carolina and Idaho.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
We have those, yeah, North Carolina and Idaho. Okay. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Selena. Bye, y'all. Have a great day.